Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to episode 2 of Vlogmas. Yes, I'm in the same outfit, mind your business. But what I wanted to do for Mondays, because I'm basically trying to have every day be a theme, right? So Sundays and Wednesdays, I believe, are gonna be vlogs. I have a lot of footage from like trips that I've taken throughout the year that just sit on my phone. I intended to make vlogs, but then residency. So I am gonna post those vlogs then. Mondays I want to be for motivation. So if you're watching this, today is Monday and this will be a motivational vlog. And if you hear a baby in the background, it's Vlogmas by any means necessary. It's very hard for me to get quiet time with the husband and the baby running around. I'm sorry. Today's motivation and what spoke to my spirit was stay true to yourself. Before we get started, make sure you're connected with me across all social media platforms at Dr. Eric Davis, and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel because we are completing Vlogmas this whole month, and at the end of the month, maybe sooner, who knows, I am going to get a new camera. Okay. Staying true to yourself. This is really me talking to me, but also motivating others, because I do feel like throughout my dental school journey, my content creator journey, I have stayed true to myself, almost to a fault. I feel like, you know, sometimes, like even now, my hair is not done, I don't have on makeup, like aesthetically, sometimes I compromise that by just coming on and just saying the message that I have. I don't always try to come and present myself in this like perfect light, but I feel like that's a part of my journey. Like, I'm not always, like honestly, 95% of the time I'm walking around in scrubs and my hair's not done, you know? So I would be fake, I feel like, to get on here every time I make a video and look all prim and perfect and proper. Another thing too is like when my mental is not intact, we're not getting any content. We're not getting any type of content to post because I need to have my mind right at all times in order to do the 16,000 things that I do. I feel like a lot of times, especially in like healthcare professions, we can get discouraged from like being ourselves, like this false narrative of like professionalism and what it does and doesn't look like, which is rooted in a lot of different things, i.e. racism, sexism, misogyny, all the things, right? We can get this false perception of like what it means to be a professional. And for me, I feel like that is my whole purpose. I can be funny, I can check a veneer tech, I can make videos on TikTok, I can make reels, I can do dances if I want to. None of that negates all of the degrees that I've received with high honors, the specialist that I will become. Like, none of that negates any of those things. Always stay true to yourself and invest in yourself, because when you lose yourself, you really are lost because you're trying to reach and be all these different things to different people. And I'm really glad about that because residency has been so mentally challenging for me. If you're new to this video, I am a dentist by profession. I graduated from dental school in 2021 and I am currently specializing to become a periodontist in 2025, which is next year, graduating in 6 months. Hallelujah. But I will say I have not felt the least confident like as I have in residency. Did that make sense? How do I answer this? I have not felt like more insecure, more unintelligent, aka dumb, more like, do I even deserve to be here? Should I even be here? Than I have in residency. And it's weird to me. It's crazy. I went to like one of the top high schools in the nation. UCF isn't like a top college, but it's not like a cakewalk. Harry was not easy, but I graduated with high honors, passed all my board exams the first time. Like, I never felt as insecure at Meharry as I do here in residency. And I don't necessarily think that that's because, well, let me watch what I say just in case somebody watch back. The environment definitely plays a role, but as somebody who went to primarily white institutions most of my academic career, I didn't feel like I would feel any different going back to that environment, you know, because Meharry was my first HBCU experience. However, here, I don't know. I think it has a lot to do with the learning environment, the camaraderie. And this is not to say that there's like any beef with any of my co-residents, because it's not. Honestly, I feel like, especially in this final year, we are the closest and we work the closest together and we're really supportive of each other. But I definitely didn't feel that support initially in residency, and that was really challenging for me because what I was told was to go into residency fresh. You know, don't try to learn anything before you go. Don't try to pick up things. Go to residency and you'll pick up everything there. But what I lived and experienced was when I got to residency, I was spoken to as if I should know all these things already. And I'm like, I have no earthly idea what's going on, you know? And then my dental school also did not have a perio residency, so I didn't get to see it that much. I only did 2 externships. So it was a sharp learning curve for me, done in front of people, you know? I felt like I got really criticized, a lot of really staunch criticism that wasn't constructive. It was just critical. And so many days I would leave residency and cry on the phone with my mom or cry in the car. I just feel so overwhelmed because I feel like, you know, if anybody knows me, you know I'm a worker. Like, I'm not lazy. So I'm like reading OD, like more than what's assigned to me. I'm reading textbooks. I'm taking notes. I'm doing everything I can. I'm like, what's not clicking? Like, I feel like it's not showing. My effort is not showing through, right? But I stayed true to myself. And one thing I do love to do is I love to travel. And I am a organized dentistry conference type of person. Like, I love going to a course or a class. So I got a scholarship to go to a hands-on like oral plastic surgery course in Dallas. And it was so crazy because I almost missed the opportunity. So since we're here, it's Vlogmas, right? We could just chat. See, what had happened was, no. So every year, like, residents apply for it or whatever. And it's like a really famous periodontist who teaches the course. And I submitted my application, but for some reason, like, our Augusta University email server will like push things that aren't Augusta University into like a spam folder or other folder. So the lady emailed me back and I didn't see it. And this lady like called the school to get in contact with me and was like, hey, Dr. Davis, you know, we just never had anyone like apply like that. Like, your letter was great. We really love to have you, but it's like next weekend, right? So, you know me, one thing about me, I'm gonna get there. Okay, you could tell me I need to be to LA tomorrow morning, the flight's booked. I'll be there, you know, for the right opportunity. Okay, you know, Crest, Colgate, Listerine, Pronam will come calling on me on a commercial. The Amex is coming out, we're booking the flight. Nonetheless, I was like, okay, sure, yeah, I would love to go. But around that time, my uncle was also sick. So he actually ended up passing away, unfortunately. And I thought that his funeral was going to be the same weekend as his scholarship course that I was just so excited to go to. And, you know, I had to jump through hoops basically to go through. But ultimately, his funeral ended up being after the course, so I was still able to go, which it was a really hard time for me, just mentally, you know, navigating grief and stuff. But when I went to the course, let me bring it back to the point. You know, I told you, my first year and a half, a little over plus in residency, was a mental mind F. Okay, and I'm not gonna curse too much because, you know, I'm trying to build my channel, but it mentally tore me up. I'm somebody who, I'm not overly confident, but I'm confident, you know, and that confidence was at an all-time low. And I really questioned myself and what I knew and how good I was and all the things. And I go to this course in Dallas and I'm the only resident there. I probably was the only periodontist there, or soon to be. Everyone else was just a general dentist. And the first day of the course is like didactic. You go through a bunch of lectures, presentations, that kind of thing. And then the second day is hands-on. I knew so much. Like, I was able to keep up and like enlighten other people and hold conversations. And that one course opened my eyes and I'm like, wow, like, I'm not as dumb as I feel like I am every day in Augusta. And then I also went to dinner with a periodontist, a Black woman that I met on Instagram, Dr. Fatima Robinson, love her. And we had dinner and I talked to her about everything, and she told me about her experiences in residency and what she had to face, and they mirrored each other. And she went to residency 20 years ago. And I'm like, wow, like, okay, you know, a lot of times you think it's just you going through something, but it's really not. It's a lot of people. And sometimes you just have to open your mouth and just like talk to somebody about it, and you'll realize you're not the only person going through that. So that whole trip to Dallas really like changed my mind on everything. It gave me like a new confidence. It made me realize you are meant to be here, and you wouldn't be here if God didn't want you to be here, and you're equipped to be here because he wouldn't put you in any situation that you're not equipped of handling and conquering and being successful in. And from that day forward, like the whole rest of the summer has been superb. That was literally February of this year. So, you know, first half was a little rough. This back end has been a lot better. Like, I still have moments where I'm like, but for the most part, I'm getting really confident in my treatment modality and my frame, like my mind frame and my thought process when it comes to treating you know, the diseases and the situations and the clinical scenarios that I treat. And ultimately, one thing that hasn't changed throughout is my patient care. So even if I've done, and granted, I've never done a procedure to anybody, even in residency, that has like jacked them up, okay? That has left them like, ooh, I don't know what to tell you, my boy. You know, throw something on it, you know? No, it's not that. But it's just like when you're around people in residency and it appears that everyone is just perfect, all their surgeries go great, everything works out. It's like you have to always remember people put out what they want you to see, you know? Not to say that good things don't happen for people, but a lot of the time, people want to keep up this persona. And I've always been a person where I'm okay with showing my mess ups, because I'm like, we all mess up, right? Like, that's what we're here for in residency, to learn and be better and do things for the first, second, and third time. And around that third, fourth time, we're like, oh, okay, I can do this, you know? So yeah, it's just, I really was glad that I stayed true to myself. And even though I felt a lack of confidence, I went out and I put myself out there and I got away. That's another thing. Get away. When you need to get away and it feels too overwhelming, get away. Take a day off, take a break, step away. And that's what I had to do to really like change my focus, change my view of myself, and know that I'm really that girl. I'm really that girl. And another sidebar, since I'm talking, in this season and then this era of me creating content, sometimes I'm like, dang, am I true to myself to a fault? Because I see other people going leaps and bounds beyond me, content creator wise. You know, I see other people like making videos and doing things, and I'm like, am I a little too hood? Am I a little too, you know, unserious? Like, I don't know, like, but I can't be anyone other than myself. I really can't. I can't force that. And what's for me is for me, and what's for them is for them. So I found myself in a season of celebrating it. Like, for example, I was almost selected to be a part of a commercial opportunity with a big dental brand. Pitched myself, gave all these different things, did a video, what's the word? Like a, not interview, but like a video, I can't think of the word, but I made a video, basically submission, and they loved it, but they didn't pick me. And I'm like, okay, you know, like, what's for me is for me. It's okay. That would have been great. It would have been great. But I mean, if I got an invitation now, that means there are more to come, right? Turns out I know the person that they picked in lieu of me. And I was really happy. Like, it wasn't anything in me like, you know, why her and not me? But it just made me feel like if God is in the neighborhood, the blessing's gonna hit me one way or another. It just has to. That's just how it works. So that's my message for Vlogmas Day 2 and for Motivational Mondays, is to stay true to yourself, no matter what that means, no matter what you have to sacrifice, because you are the most important factor in all of it. You know, I may be a periodontist, soon to be a content creator, a mom, a wife, but I have to stay true to Aries and who Aries is to navigate all these different roles, right? Because the second that I lose Aries, I'm gonna be lost. You know what I mean? Okay, I hope that encourages somebody and motivates somebody. Just taking a couple moments out your day just to see that. We could do more long form videos about this, because I actually really like talking about this and sharing my story. It's a little therapeutic for me. But I'll talk in therapy about how much I need to share, you know? I may have to wait till we graduate to really get into the tea, because there's residency tea that we can deep dive into. However, I will see y'all tomorrow. Actually, I'm really glad that I talked about this, because tomorrow I will be posting my Dallas vlog. So when I went to Dallas back in February, you'll see that, clips from the course, things that I did, and maybe you'll just see the brightening in my face, like the not stressed out, depressed person that I was before I flew to Dallas, you know? But yeah, other than that, thank you for watching. If you made it this far, make sure to connect with me on all social media platforms at Dr. Air Davis, and that's AIER Davis. And I will see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 3.